Good morning. I'm going to show you today how to use Photostory, and the easiest way to get started is to go down to the search windows, type in Software Center, and when you do, you'll be able to see Photostory in that location. Now you'll notice that if I search over here for Photostory, you'll have to forgive me since it's been a long time since I did this. So because Photostory is already on my machine, when I searched for it, it didn't come up. But you'll notice that if I go this way, Photostory, oh, and maybe it didn't come up because I put it in one term. So let's try that again. There it is. And so you can install it that way, and you see that it's already installed. So they have it listed as 2 words. So then you would install it. Now this is what it looks like. And I'm going to begin a new story, and I will click on the next button. So this screen allows me to import pictures, and so I can go to see if I have anything. Oh, I don't want to use those. Let me go back to maybe saved pictures. Do I have anything in there? This is my niece, so I'll just put some photos in there. And I select one, and to select more than one, you just hold down the control button and click. And now it's imported the photos. You'll notice that with this, I have some options. I can correct the color levels. I can remove the white out, the red eye. I can rotate it. I don't want to do that. Or I can edit the photo by cropping it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that because I don't want all these. I don't want the borders. Whoa. So I can bring it up there, pull it down a little. Oh, but then I get all those. So it is limiting, a bit limiting, but let's try that one. And then I can save it, and then I'll close this. But you'll also notice that with this one, I can say remove black borders. And so it will do some of that. And I'll say yes. I don't want to do that. So I'll say no to that one. And no to this one. Okay. So now it's taken care of everything that I told it to take care of. I can move these photos simply by clicking them and moving them around. You'll notice if it has a little check here, that means I've done something to it. I've made some sort of change to it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the next button. This is where I can put text. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. You'll notice it puts it in right in the middle, and I certainly have options to change that by using the things over here, the tools over on the side. I can select the different font, I can select the color, and maybe I want to use red for this one. And so, oops, did I spell it correctly? Yeah. And so I can make changes that way. You'll notice I can also make changes at this point to the picture. So if I want to make it chalk and charcoal, I can do that. So I'm going to leave that one at, let me see, what can I do with this one? I'm going to do sepia. I like that. So now I'm going to go to the next screen. And this is where I can add my voice. So I could type my notes here so that I can read it. And if I'm not ready to do that, I can just go ahead and record. So I'm going to make sure that my microphone is set up. And this is why recording. Hi, this is a video on Paige's birthday. Happy birthday, Paige. And when I'm ready to stop, I click the blue button, and now you'll notice that it's stopped. If I want to redo it, I can delete it and start all over again. Now here's a nice thing. I can go in here and I can preview it. Now I'm going to cancel that because you see I made the mistake and it had some other things. So I'm going to delete that. And it's asking me, are you sure you want to do that? Yes. And I'm going to record it again. Good morning. This is a happy birthday video for Paige. Happy birthday, Paige. Now it has, it will be played all over, and I'm sure I'm okay with that. So I'm going to leave that there. And here is where I can customize my motion. So if I want to start my motion at a different, when it's going to do something, I can do it here. I can change the number of seconds that this picture will display. I can specify the start and end of this motion. So maybe I want to start my motion. Again, it's been a while. Maybe I want to start my motion right here on her eyes. Okay? And I want to end my motion with the full picture. So let me preview that. You'll notice as it's coming out that my duration is set for 15 seconds. Now that seems like a long time, so I can easily change that. And I can say that, set it to be, I don't know, 10. I'm going to keep moving along here because this is taking a long time. And I'm going to save it. Now I also have the option to change my transitions. Maybe I want her to come up as a bow tie. Now it's also important to know that when you're doing this, you want to, and I'm going to save this, you want to make sure that you're not taking away from your story. You want it to be about the story. So I can do that. Then, so all of these things, when you look at the bottom, you'll see that I have a comment, I've edited the picture, and I've changed the transition. I've done nothing to my second photo. I made changes to the third photo and changes to the fourth. Remember, I removed those borders. I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. Now I can do several things. I can select music, I can create music. So when I select music, I can take music that is on my computer, or I can create music using what they have in here. So maybe I just want to use the harpsichord, and maybe I want to use sad. But you'll also notice that I have music playing in the background, so that if I turn that up, I believe that that is going to be recorded as I speak. But when I turn that off, and I'm going to, when I don't have that on, because I'm recording the whole thing. So let me do it again. I'm sorry. So I create music. I'm going to use a piano, and I'm going to use Bittersweet. My tempo is going to be slow. My intensity is going to be normal. And let me just play it to hear what it sounds like. I like the slow better. So I'm going to say, okay. You'll notice that my music is playing the whole length because that's where I started it. If I want to choose something else here, then I can put some different music in at that point, and maybe I want to be a little adventurous there. And you'll notice that it changes then. Okay, so now I can preview again. And let me start from the beginning so you can see how that sounds. Now, you notice that when I was creating the music and I had my voice, that you could hardly hear me. So here is my volume. So let's try it again and preview. So again, you can see how that changes. Now, what I have to do now is save my project. So I'm going to save my project. I always save things on the desktop instead of as a video. Important to know, I'm saving it as a Photostory project file. I'm going to go ahead and put my last name in here. And I'm saving it as a WP3, important to know. So I'm saving that. It's going to save everything for me. And then I'm going to go to the next button. When I go to the next button, it's going to ask me, now, how would you like to save this? Do you want to save it for playback on your computer? Do you want to save it on a smartphone as an email? I always save it for playback on my computer. And now you'll notice that it's going to save it as a WMV, a Windows movie. So I'm going to browse for the location for saving it. And now I'm going to save it in my video, and notice that it's saved as a Windows media file. I'm going to save it. I'm going to click on Next, and now it's going to save 5 different steps. And these can be, I think there's a limit to like 50 pictures. If you want to put video in, you can also do that. This is creating your video though. And now my movie's ready to see. So I can click on View My Story. It's going to open my story. Come on, view my story. There it is. I'm going to exit this and look at it from my videos. So I'm going to go over here to my files. And oh, it's on my desktop. Here it is. Oh, sorry. Picked the wrong one. I'm going to, oh, it's in my videos. So I'm going to go to search for that in my files over here under videos. There we go. And there it is. Now you'll notice it's, and that's that.